Well, Andrew Landeryou joins me now. Great to see you. Thank you very much for your time, Andrew.
Hi, Sharri.
Now, I spoke a couple of nights ago about how you told Richard Miles, and I quote, "A man has got to do what a man has got to do" over this issue of Israel. Why does it mean so much to you? And how concerned are you about the direction that Labor's going on Israel, including the most recent change?
Well, Israel is a very special country, and it obviously occupies a big part of foreign policy debates for a whole variety of complicated and in some cases unpleasant reasons. But, you know, in my family, my mum and dad were very passionate supporters of Israel, and my mum, who wasn't Jewish, she was a Methodist, but she actually learnt Hebrew. She was so struck by
That's amazing.
there. And in the 70s, it was her hobby, I suppose, learning the language. And Kimberly and I had the pleasure of visiting Israel together, and I've been a few times sort of on business and whatever. And so it's a very special part of the world. And I think for sort of people who support what we might call the liberal democratic project, it's a very important symbol as well. So I've always thought that the Labor Party should support the sort of democratic country of Israel rather than the fascist Hamas-led Palestinian Authority. And that's not just a sort of minority view either. Like Premier Daniel Andrews, for example, is really just as passionate a supporter of Israel and sort of loud and proud about it.
It's just this one group inside federal parliament, often led astray by Bob Carr.
For whatever reason, it seems to be particularly strong in New South Wales. I'm not really sure why that is, but in Victoria we've done a bit better.
Yeah.
And in New South, and it's not even really a factional issue in New South Wales. It seems to be parts of the right as well.
No, exactly.
But the truth is that there were lots of people from all of the states who sort of share my view and share sensible people's views about that part of the world, and we sort of all worked together to get. It wasn't an ideal result, but we got a reasonable result.
Well, you stopped it from going even further. And now you are a Labor power broker.
I hope so, yeah.
There's reports in the newspaper today by Rachel Baxendale that Daniel Andrews is set to be replaced by Jacinta Allan as Premier of Victoria. She would be Daniel Andrews' pick. What are you hearing about how imminent the Premier's departure is?
Well, it's been reported reasonably widely, and certainly amongst my friends, I think we've all assumed that this year was the year. Why that is, I don't really know. It's a very tough and demanding job, and it takes strips off people. So there has been very widespread speculation about him departing.
So you're hearing this year? That's what you're saying, you're hearing this year?
Yeah, I think it's obviously not certain, and I suspect he may not have made up his mind one way or the other. But there was a view that with the Commonwealth Games announcement and other sort of difficult announcements, that they were sort of clearing the decks a little bit for a possible transition. So I suspect it is coming.